what's up?
What's going on, man? So we're gonna do a couple of reviews. We go watch this video about the young man that got deleted or what he got abused. But
Murder, probably.
let's go through it. 'Cause I really haven't watched the video yet. I'm just really getting to it.
I just sent you a video. This is supposed to be like, I guess, a clip of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Taya Graham. This is Stephen Janis, and we are your host of the Police Accountability Report, and we are here with a breaking news update. The Memphis, Tennessee Police Department has just released the body camera video of the death of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols. The body camera video that we're about to share with you.
So he died. That's the crazy part. He died.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Is some of the most disturbing I have seen.
You get your ass blow the fuck out! Get the fuck out the car! Get the fuck out the fucking car! Damn, I didn't do anything! Hey, I didn't hurt.
And these are the police. I want y'all to be very aware of this. This is the police officer. That's how they talk to you. The people that are supposed to be here to serve and protect.
Bring your ass around! Alright. On the ground. Alright. You don't do that, okay? Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground! Okay. Tase your ass! Alright, I'm on the ground.
Tase him.
Lay down! Chest up. Please tase on the ground! I think tase you! Get on the ground! Lay down! One! Now! Taser! Alright, okay. Turn your bitch ass around. Break your shit. Okay, dude, damn! Turn the fuck around. Put your fucking hands on your back! Bitch, put your hands behind your back. Break. Okay, stop. I'm gonna knock your ass the fuck out. You guys are really doing a lot right now. Bro, lay down. I'm just trying to go home. Man, if you don't lay down. I am on the ground. Put your hands on your stomach. I got you. Okay. Get the fuck back. Stop! I'm not doing it. Please. Oh, shit.
The police statement said there was a confrontation and the suspect fled.
No. Would you run? Or would you stay through and let them beat on you?
Man, scared for his life, man. What he supposed to do? He couldn't get a hold of one of them guns.
That's ridiculous, bro. Like to even have to endure something
for real, bro. Like that at that point, man, it's life or death. And it's 4-on-1. They lucky he couldn't get a hold of one of them guns. Just start letting loose.
And it's sad to say that we as citizens, there's a real thin line of self-defense when it comes to police officers.
It ain't even no thin line. It's literally non-existent. Like, because they not approaching you from the stance of you a civilian and that means something. Like the whole mindset, even in that, it's not even like I know people that treat their dogs better than that. Even when the dog is wrong. Like they could walk in the house and the dog done urinated on the floor. You know what I mean? They done told him, done trained the dog and the dog done threw up somewhere and they got a better response on just how they treat the animal. We talking about that video don't even show any basic courtesies as in hello, sir, it's a traffic stop or, whatever. Nothing, no dialogue as if you even engaging with another human being. But I guess I would say what's new, man. Like when you see these videos, they tend to kind of have the same pattern Only thing I see different here is that it's involving 4 African American blacks. I don't know what you know of the black community that's engaging, but I just say, before we even click to, blue is blue.
All right, well, let's get back to it.
But on foot, there was a second confrontation. He then complained of shortness of breath and was taken to the hospital for medical care. Stephen, when you look at the body camera video, what do you see?
Well, I see American policing, and I see a facet of American policing that politicians don't want to acknowledge, that continues to go unabated.
Well, goddamn, if he can see it, well, I'm sure you can see it.
Even though we've been here before, I see an American policing where a person can be pulled over for nothing, a tail light, whatever, reckless driving, or there's no evidence of that, and can end up dead. That is the American policing, particularly with the specialized unit, as we'll talk about later, being the Scorpion unit, what a name that is. I see American policing in full, the way people need to see it, to understand that this underbelly of policing, when it deals with people of the working class and, in minorities and neighborhoods that are minority, it is horrible and it is ugly, and we need to see this.
Very true. So we're going to give you an overview, both of what we see on the body camera as well as some of what we see on the street camera. Tyre Nichols was kicked in the face and body at least 3 times. We then see an officer give multiple uppercut punches, sucker punching him, while Tyre is cuffed and under the full control of 3 other officers. The excessive force is obvious to see. One of the officers kicked him so viciously that he injured his own leg and was limping afterwards and complained of pain. You can hear another officer breathing heavy, sniffling. Obviously, the officers received a large dose of their own pepper spray in the process. You also see the officers standing around, talking to each other afterwards, discussing the chase while he was propped up against the side of the car cuffed. These 5 officers were charged with aggravated kidnapping as well.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, this is well, you know how YouTube works. We can't do. I'm sorry, guys. I want to do the whole video, but it's only every minute. Then I have to stop it because they're gonna take the video down if I don't do it like that. But you gonna say something about this?
I mean, it's becoming normalized, man, to see someone murdered, right on your phone, like right on your right on your feed. You could just see somebody murdered, just straight up. Like, I don't even know how many times do you see this before you no longer even have a reaction?
Nah, it's low key ridiculous, man.
Like, just think about it.
High key, whatever.
Just think about it like this. Like, even right now, like this right here should be almost devastating to watch, and it's not, because of just how many, just because of the rate in which you see these murders happen, and that, like I said, they coming in on your live social media feed as if you was there. Like, you becoming desensitized to even the impact you supposed to have, or the response you supposed to have to someone losing their life.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be Hunger Games, aka what's that daggone movie, man, where for like 24 hours, like pretty much everything goes. It's a movie, dang, what's it called, bro? And they can, like, it's like a day, every day, it's like a day of the year where pretty much all lawlessness goes. Like, you can murder somebody, ain't no charges. Freaks, I gotta Google this show. But it's gonna be like that, man. Just watching people die, man.
Man, we're going to make a page on that.
Sucks.
If it's a bag in it, hey man, I'm entertaining it. Not everything, okay? But let's get back to the video.
well as second-degree murder. The family attorney, Anthony Ramanucci, said that this was an act of terrorism. Stephen, I have to ask you, why do you think such incredibly aggressive actions and even murder can result from a simple traffic infraction, from a simple traffic stop?
Well, let's watch the beginning of the video and show how the officers approach him to begin with. That is a uniquely American style of policing. In other words, something we call blanket criminality, presumption of guilt without presumption of innocence, and also I think the actual unimpeded sense of empowerment and power. That if you don't immediately, especially when you have people running, at you, that you don't immediately say, and concede to their power, they will take unbelievably unlimited violent actions towards you. And it reminds me of the case of Michael Banks in Trenton, New Jersey, when we had the body camera footage of another specialized unit attacking him in the same way. So people are going to react, and yet police presume that they own your body and the rights don't exist. We talk about this all the time. Is that a custodial stop? I mean, what was the probable cause? You see none of that in the video. Nothing that really gives us. Don't you get that same impression?
Absolutely. I was shocked by the initial aggression with which the officers approached the car. It was absolutely excessive from the very beginning.
And let's move on now to the second part. So he escapes because obviously he's afraid. I mean, did you get the sense that it was fear that prompted him to run, right?
Oh, absolutely. As anyone can imagine, if officers approach your car aggressively, run, jump towards your car, then threaten to taser you, insist that you lay face down on the ground before you even know why you're being pulled over, it's understandable that this young man would flee in terror.
After he escapes with no crime, right? And this is what's interesting and what comes down to the kidnapping part. Because they had no probable cause to put him in any sort of custody. So they find him, they chase him down about 80 yards from his mom's home. And then we see that beating, from the security camera that's kind of on a pole. And it's horrific in its cruelty. It is horrific in its duration, right?
I was absolutely just devastated to not only see this officer kick him again and again and again in the head and body, but then to see when he was completely under the control of three officers, had his hands behind his back, to see an officer essentially sucker punch him again and again. So, Stephen, you took a look at some of the information that was put out.
Bro, I cannot. This is ridiculous. This is why, bro, I can't even say that, but this is ridiculous, bro. Like, man, you better.
Well, the thing about it is that let's say this goes another way, right? Where he doesn't, because I feel like this could happen to somebody else, and just hear the stuff they saying, like, oh, well, how they approached him, how they spoke to him, their tone, their mannerisms. Bro, this stuff is happening every day, and the truth of the matter is that if you respond with just even the sense of trying to say, hey, just to say, hey, I just want a little bit of respect, bro, you a dead man. Let's stop. Like, come on, like even in this, like, I really feel like that the angle that this is getting, that they're driving, is because it's 4 black police officers that's involved. Because any other time, man, it's never, and it's been blatant. Like, this is blatant, just like it's been blatant before, where you've seen blatant excessive use of force. Like, how many officers do you think it really takes to perform a traffic stop, or to get someone under control that's quote unquote resisting? They quick to dress that up and dramatize this thing called resisting. And a joker doing it. I had a cop, man. Listen, not to make it personal, but I just want to say for the record,
every black man got a story, huh?
And it just be by the grace of God that it didn't end up on the news. Like, that's the only difference, that it just didn't end up on the news. But like, I want to say this is right the same day that the verdict came out in Baltimore, and obviously the cops didn't get no time, and it was the protest and the rioting going on, and where I live at, or where I live, past tense, this cop literally targeted. Like, I seen him pull somebody over, across the street from where I live. Like, I'm seeing him on the stop. I'm taking my trash out. He sees me. Take my trash out, get into my rod. I don't even make it past the light. I think I make it barely. Well, I said barely past the light. And he turned around, pulled me over. And long story short, bro, I ended up with like a freaking, oh darn near tore shoulder. Uh, was out of work, and it just happened to be not putting myself out there or people that I know out there, but those two cops ended up getting fired behind that. But that situation, I never gave him a reason. I pulled over. Matter of fact, you probably remember when I had got that black BMW. Like I had just got that joint. Like I had just got it. Like so everything's clean on the car. Like it's just got it. Like just got it. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like so it ain't even like, oh well, it should tell like nah, like I literally seen this joker pull somebody over right across the street from where I live. I took my trash out. I'm seeing him, blah, 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 blah. Get in my rod. I go up, make it probably to the light, just past the light. He does a U-turn, pulls me over. Now, mind you, he still got the other bull across the street. He still got him. Like, he still got somebody else already on the curb. Like, he hopped in his rod, did a U-turn, pulled me over. Mm-hmm. And it was really all because of, like, the car I was in. Like, I'm in that car. I'm in that car. Yeah, it was. I'm in that car. Yep, I'm in that car. Pulls me over. I didn't even give this joker no energy. Matter of fact, he pulled me over. I just immediately got my paperwork. I'm just waiting for my stuff sitting on my lap. I'm just waiting for him to come to the joint. Like, go ahead, bro. I see what kind of mood you in. I already seen you got somebody. You got literally you in the middle of a you in the middle. You already got somebody else on the curb right there. I already know what type of tire you on. Like, so I ain't even trying to go there with you. Bro, sure enough, he tried to go cowboy on me. And long story short, we got into a little tussle, whatever. And I ended up with like a freaking we got into a little tussle, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. We got into a little because what it was he so when he approached my car, I had the paperwork ready, and he already had a certain aggression with him. And again, I'm not feeding into it because I could, like I said, I already see what type of time he on because I see how he was handling the other bull. But long story short, I simply I already had the paperwork. I said he came to my car with the flashlight on my face, like like he ain't even telling me why he pulled me over, nothing. So he got the flashlight all in my face. He already pretty much in my vehicle. Like he's so far, like he might as well be searching my vehicle. Like, so it's a complete violation. And then so that prompts me to ask him, I'm like, well, hey, you tell me why I'm getting pulled over because he ain't even actually he came up on me, he ain't asked my documents, he ain't say, oh, normally they got some type of spill, like something. He ain't getting no spill, he got the light. So you can tell he's already on something, like he already has a presumed thought in his mind because he was already on something like thinking that either I got something or whatever. I don't know. But anyhow, as soon as I said that, that was his green light to go 100. And then he said something like what did he say? He was like I had the documents and I'm now the documents was on my lap. So I went to give him the documents, and then he started. It's great. He started just yelling. He's reaching. He pulled his gun out. He put that joint on my temple. Mind you, where I'm going, bro. I'm in the car, seatbelts on, like where I'm going. I'm giving you the documents. That's what you're here for. It's a traffic stop. Like, here's the license, registration, whatever. He starts hollering. He's reaching, pulls the gun out, put that joint on my temple. And then where it went left is that at that point, now it's like I'm gonna die. Like, that's pretty much how I felt. He's telling me to unbuckle the seatbelt. So now, how you even in a like you know what I'm saying, like this joke? He act like he in danger. He's telling me to unbuckle the seatbelt. At this point, I'm not. I'm like, nah, I ain't touching nothing. Like, cause you just pulled your gun, put it to my. As soon as I went to hand you the documents, God forbid I move again, you gonna justify shooting. Like, so he reaches in to pull. What did he do? He did something like try to reach in, try to force me out the vehicle, and then we got into a tussle. Another cop pulled up, and long story short, like I said, at that point they both got up on me.
Jumped you.
Yeah, no, at that point, yeah, because like when he
Gang,
first
gang, gang, gang,
I'm
gang,
about to say,
gang.
like, oh, don't get. I ain't trying to incriminate myself on this job, but point is, we got to a little tussle. Then his partner pulled up, and at that point, it just went completely their way. And then, I mean, they had me. He put the cuffs on me. He said he was locking me up. Blah blah blah. Crazy thing is,
You said,
he
what I'm
never.
getting locked up for? Resisting.
Oh yeah, he's like,
Assault
oh
against the
man.
officer.
But the thing about it is too, like, I'm telling him, I'm like, because see, at that point, now I'm letting you know, like, who my people are. Like I said, I ain't trying to put them out there, but I got people that let's say they in different levels. They in that world of government. So I'm like, it's not going. It's going to be a problem. I told her, I said, oh, you better make sure you got all your stuff straight because it's this is going to be a problem. And long story short, like I said, they did definitely like during their tear my freaking my shoulder. I was like out of work for a while, but ultimately those two officers got fired. I received a letter from the mayor, the governor, uh, and they pretty much just tried to go ahead and take care of that without it becoming something more.
Yeah.
Um, and he might have gave me like 10 bogus. He never even took me downtown. That was the thing. Like he locked me up, hit me back there, had me back there for like an hour, bro. Like maybe hour and a half. And if you ever been behind, and that joint is tight as I don't know what. I'm 6'2", 6'3". I'm extra, and then the cuffs was so tight.
You 5'11", that's what you 6'2".
Nowhere near. Do a height check. Look me up. But my point is, man, like, so even when you're not even doing anything, um, they are empowered by to entreat you like that. Like, look how they handled him, and it was four of them. Like, you got four quote unquote trained
Gang members.
yeah, like you and y'all all got guns, tasers, pepper spray. Like what you really doing out here? Like, but that's how they treat you. That's how they treat you, and it's unfortunate that this man lost his life, but he's not the first. Man, I'm sure there's so many bodies out there that just haven't even been claimed behind, uh, police excessiveness and misuse of power, and you name it. It's. I'm sure, and I hate to say it, but I'm sure it's in the millions across this whole nation, where because of that badge, jokers haven't been held accountable for how they've treated people. And especially you talk about going into environments where it's poverty. Yeah, because it ain't. Ask yourself why that's not happening in the major metropolitans as far as where the money's at.
Okay.
Ask yourself why does these things tend to, if you go look at the statistics on these things, where they happening at? They happening where people can't defend themselves. People can't get on the phone and call the mayor up and say, hey, I don't like how they patrolling in my area. I don't want it's not happening in those areas. It's not happening in those districts where people can get on the phone and these people are in the rooms with the police chief. Their kids go to the same schools as the police chief. You see what I'm saying? It's not happening to them. So you got to ask yourself, why is it happening in these areas to these groups of people, to this type of demographic? And that's a reason, because guess what? They go try that with somebody else. They on the phone. They got the city council on speed dial. They got the mayor. They got they might mess around had a governor. They had the donor fundraisings and all that stuff. They in that group. They not killing their kids.
See, I'm not saying this is a bad neighborhood, but sometimes I ask this question. I had to play the devil's advocate. Now the question is this: is it any responsibility on the parents that have those kids in those neighborhoods?
What do you mean? Like I need more context.
Okay, if you know that neighborhood has high, let's say, crime, as in people shooting each other, drug activity, etc. Now, or you have even with the police, police beat you up, shoot you, extort you, whatever. So is it any responsibility on the parent to say, hey, let me get my kid out this situation before X, something might happen?
I mean, I would definitely say there's a part of that to where I would say yes. Like if you realize that you're in an environment. I mean, for any environment that's poor school, poor education, or high rates of crime, violence, whatever the case may be, that's not conducive to your child's well-being and their total success, then ultimately you want to change that. But I would like to say, just assuming every good parent, that if they had the resources to raise their kid in a different environment that they felt like would give their kids the best opportunities and keep them safe and secure, then they would do that. So, and and that's just making a broad assumption that I would like to think that a good parent is out here making the sacrifices to put their kids or just their family in general into the best overall environment that they can to ensure their success and their safety, and that they're not exposed to situations such as this as far as police, or even situations as far as violence, crimes, drugs, etc., etc. um, but that's where things like policing and politics are supposed to be the neutral lines that's ensuring that everyone, whether you're in the best neighborhood or the poorest neighborhood, that you're getting treated just as equally and fairly across the board. Like that's what the police that's part of what they're supposed well, that's what they're quote unquote supposed to be there for, to ensure that your environment is safe, just like the environment that's a few miles away from yours, that might be more wealthy, or of a different demographic. That's what do they say? They're there to protect and serve, and to do what? To ensure your safety, to ensure that you can walk out your house and sit on your front porch just like the person in another neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but the reality of it is that in one neighborhood, it's about protecting your land. In another neighborhood, it's about ensuring that we the force, because it's the same police force. If you want to say, just looking at police or policing, it's the same system, whether it be in Philadelphia or if it's in Voorhees, a Cherry Hill, heck, the Hamptons. Why jokers ain't getting stumped down in the Hamptons? Why jokers ain't getting stumped down in one of these high end, top notch? That's what I'm saying. Like certain activity, or even how they police those areas, is completely different. Even though it's the same police force, you take the same officer that's police in Beverly Hills and go put him into Oakland, he's stumping a joker out. But in Beverly Hills, it's excuse me, sir.
Yeah, his place.
You see what I'm saying? Like his whole mental, his whole demeanor, his personality shifts Because wow, that Joker in Bel Air, he's probably your daggone DA. He's probably friends with the DA. They probably golf together. So you ain't about to handle him. I've seen clips of where a Joker that got pulled over. They ain't even know this Joker was like a DA or something like that. And then he show him a card. Whole attitude change.
Mm.
It went from we the police to excuse me sir, what changed, what changed, well, like what changed, and why can't everybody get the same free fair treatment? I'm not saying look, let jokers break the law, break crimes, but you talking about a routine traffic stop that cost a man his life.
Horrible.
Man can't run the stop sign and go home. He can't go home.
He gotta
You
die.
telling me $100 ticket, this Joker lost his life. Where you could have issued him a citation. You could have pepper sprayed him and issued him the citation and he went home. Bro, he's dead, man. And
Man.
he was running for his life.
Well, let's watch a little bit more of the video. Is it possible you can send me over the link to the YouTube page so I can drop it into the chat? So every because we on like different right now I'm streaming on like 3 different platforms and I need
Gotcha.
them to come over to YouTube so I can get paid. Okay, I'm not asking for no cash app, but I need you to follow the YouTube, not this other crap. But let me get back to the video. But if you can send me over the link, I've been trying to find it, but I'm having a hard
Oh, you
time.
mean find it on YouTube?
Yeah, just send it over. Yeah, just or you can drop it in the chat, and it should
All
go
right.
to all platforms. Thank you.
His injuries. We saw on camera that he was kicked multiple times in the head and body. We saw that he received multiple blows to the head as well.
Mhm.
He was tasered, he was pepper sprayed. What did you see in this information?
Well, it seemed to me that I saw some injuries, some kidney injuries, which I think we had talked about would come from that really horrific kick, right? So kidney injuries, there must have been some internal organ injuries. It could have been kidney failure. And then they were talking about bleeding on the brain
I think
because
that was obvious when you see that he has his hands behind his back. Those 3 officers have him under control, and that one officer keeps punching him again and
Right.
again in the face, in the skull. It's not at all questionable why he experienced this type of severe injury. It's horrifying. I can only imagine how difficult this was for his parents to watch.
Well, I think the question we have to ask is where is the justification?
I'm about to play the devil's advocate. He shouldn't have ran from the police. When you run from the police, you go get your ass whooped. It's like, no. I mean, that's a little Charleston White right there. You know, I gotta do a minute. I gotta cut it in. So.
Yeah. My man, he ran after he thought he was dying, bro. Listen, he like he was running for his life, like not even on some like cause you. Well, I'm not gonna say you, but I've seen jokers like run from the cops before. Like this, I'm running from the cops because I know I committed the crime, and I know if they catch me, I'm going in there for 8 years, like I'm on probation. Like he ain't had that type of attitude. Did you even hear like his tone? Like he and
I didn't
if
even
you
do
heard,
nothing.
yeah, but like, did you hear how he was talking to him? Like he wasn't even coming at him like, "Yo, get the f off of me," blah 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 blah. Like he wasn't like where you. I've seen jokers like like really go at police. Like they got no regard for him. Like f you, you fat mother, you donut pushing. Like he ain't give him none of that. It was all straight, just like as respectful as you can be while getting handcuffed and beat up on.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Man
get back
still
to the
lost
video.
his life.
For this use of brutality. In other words, we've come to accept police being violent with us, but we never asked for the justification. In other words, saying, do we realize how insane it is that you're kicking a young man in the head over nothing, over literally nothing,
He was
not a crime, unarmed? He'd been not committed a crime. They said, wild driving or whatever, reckless driving.
possibly erratic driving.
He said we never asked what's the justification. I think every person, when they see stuff like this happens, they ask, why is this happening? Why would the cop go to this extent? If they're there to contain the situation, to bring the levels down, to mediate in a sense. This is mediation. This is like animals.
But there was no evidence of that. And so then you're kicking him in. So how does American policing, how does American society get from a young man sitting at a light in his car to kicking him in the head to death? Okay. And I think what we see here is the spectrum
Yo,
of American.
and I swear to God, and I'm gonna say this. I normally don't like to get into this racial shit, but this is exactly like we worse than we was in slavery. This is exactly the same thing. Now these motherfuckers will beat you up, shoot you, kill you, take your woman, rape her. They do all of it. They just buck wild. They literally have taken the identity of their oppressor.
Police force on the ugly side of the spectrum, the people who are like pro cop or say, we shouldn't hold police accountable.
I can only imagine those who are blue line supporters who we will hear most likely all over social media saying, well, he shouldn't have run. I think we can understand why Tyre ran. He was fearful for his life, and obviously he was right to be.
And I'm not, I don't want to go too into depth. This is very reminiscent of a case we covered in Anton Black, who was scared of this very brutal cop who a town hired that shouldn't have hired, who had kicked someone in the head, and he ran and he ended up dead, over nothing again. Yeah. So, I mean, I think you see in this the whole spectrum of how American police deploy violence in this country. And then we're like, why are we such a violent country? Or why are people so upset with police? Or why do cop watchers stand out and record police? Well, this is why. Because if there had been a couple cop watchers sitting out there with cameras, maybe this wouldn't have happened. I hate to say that, but I think maybe this gives us a reason why some of these guys go out, women and men go out and like record cops. Maybe if there'd been cop watchers out there, maybe this wouldn't happen.
So Memphis Police Chief Sherilyn Davis said that this was a failing, immoral failing, and that this was absolutely casting aside Tyre's humanity. I was really surprised to see how quickly the police department responded, how quickly they fired these officers, and also that charges were brought against these officers in under 20 days. They moved very quickly on this. What do you think is the impact of Chief Davis's words and the swiftness with which they moved?
Well, I think you have to ask the question, why the hell did she have a unit called Scorpion in an American neighborhood, in a neighborhood of American citizens who have.
And why would you want your kids living in a neighborhood where the police are called Scorpion?
Have constitutional rights, but a unit called Scorpion running around, 5 or 6 people in plain clothes, when we know
obviously very aggressive cop.
It was heartbreaking to hear the audio from the video, and they just seemed like they were
out for his mother.
But using the words, the language they were using, the way they were treating him.
Holy fuck! I gotta stop it every minute, but you heard what he said. Give me your fucking hands, bitch.
Damn. Bro, you can tell that these jokes. First of all, here's what this shows about policing. That for a police officer to operate like that while on his job, understand it. So he's a professional on his job. Jokers can't talk like that in corporate America. Like, just think about that. When you go to your job, I don't care who you are outside your job, you have to have a certain demeanor. You have to, speak a certain, talk a certain way, and conduct yourself a certain way, and treat people a certain way. These jokers are professionals. They on the clock. They are actively at work. And look how they conducting themselves. Look how they talking to. Like, people won't even. I don't care, man. Jokers at Chick-fil-A got more manners and just even how they interact with people than a daggone trained officer who's getting paid tax dollars. The citizens are helping to employ this system, and this is how you treat these individuals. This is like think about it. You go to Chick-fil-A and they say, "Hey, hello, how can I help you? Can I take your order?" These jokers on the clock. They getting paid on the clock to curse you out, drag you like a dog. They said he kicked the man so hard he hurt himself on the job. And
You
he
saw him
probably was,
limping, right? He was like,
yeah, yeah.
I was looking at it like, yo.
He not even worried because he about to go get paid. He gonna get his full check, disability, the whole time
Oh, he
off.
thought that. He thought.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, but in his mind,
Yeah.
you can hear the confidence of how they acted. They not. Well, the point I'm homing in is that a joker at Chick-fil-A, he gonna act a certain way. Why? Because he concerned that he want to keep his job, but what he got a management, a supervisor, people that he know he got to answer to. So what does he do? He or she conducts themselves a certain way. And that's just in the retail. That's just in selling freaking chicken sandwiches. These jokers have no fear about how they act. There is no consciousness on. Nobody in the group says, "Hey, yo, chill." Like, yo, yeah, man. If SARS find out, we gonna get fired. We gonna be written it up. We gonna. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing. No flags, no light that's going off. Because guess what? This is a norm
No,
for them.
yep.
It has to be, bro. Because if it wasn't normal, if this wasn't normal, somebody would have said, "We gotta stop." Oh, what are you doing? Like you ain't even getting no type of reaction that indicates.
They like, let's get this motherfucker.
Yeah, like bro, like almost like they was looking. They went out hunting. Like you see what I'm saying? Not policing. They went out hunting. When a joker go hunt, what is he doing? He is preparing for this.
But that is, however, that is the natural order of the police. They were what? They were slave
Oh
catchers.
yeah, for sure.
So understanding that, you understand, they just doing their job. But let's get back to the video.
Watch out!
Out for his mother.
But using the words, the language they were using, the way they were
My dog even losing it. He like, help him.
treating him, but that's America. When you see the kid sitting there and his head drops and he's dying,
when you, Stephen, I'm so glad you brought that up. When Tyre was bleeding, cuffed, propped up against the car, and he falls over, the officer says, "Oh, he's really high. He must be high." Already either fabricating an excuse or just essentially dismissing his pain as if his injuries weren't apparent. I was shocked by that.
Well, think about how transformative police
They
custody
do
is.
that all the time.
We gotta find the original video, man. These body cams. We gotta make a whole nother video. It's gonna be like 5 hours long. We were really gonna dissect this joint because there has to be body cam, bro, of all these police and what they saying. Because I believe that's what really got them fired.
Oh yeah, thank God for the video, because there wasn't no video. It would have been, he was high, he was this.
Bro, right now they not even showing what he said. They keep going mute and like not showing the body cam. The only because right now, well, to be honest, it's not actually a release yet, but because it's still an investigation. But they showing right. Okay, well I understand, but soon enough, like I said again, once that stuff is released, we are gonna review it.
Our criminal justice system. It is a prelude to tyranny, but not just tyranny, but cruelty. Because he was human. If they seen
you saw that, right?
No, I ain't seen it.
Yo, he dapped his boy up. Watch.
Criminal
right
justice
around here.
system. It is a prelude to tyranny, but not just tyranny, but cruelty.
You got that nigga, bro.
He was human. If they see a person
got him
under arrest sitting there.
I'm telling you, bro.
Fucked him up, bro.
Attention, but
tell me that's not fucked up. Let's go look at that one more time, bro.
Murder the guy and
murder him. They all shaking on hands like we got him. Got one.
Not even concerned, bro. Like it's
a joke. He's smiling. You can see him smiling, bro. Watch. I want to zoom in on this joke. This is jacked up ass shit.
our criminal justice system.
Watch,
It
you
is
see
a
him?
prelude.
Y'all
to
see this guy?
maybe
He's
not just
laying there
story, but
about
cruelty.
done.
Because he ceased to be human. If they seen a person who wasn't under arrest sitting there like that, they might have provided medical attention. But the fact that he was in handcuffs, suddenly he's not worthy.
No lie, bro. I want to keep rewinding this joke because this part right here is real good.
No, well, that
It
just go to
shows the
show,
nature
bro.
of these people,
I'm
huh?
about to say that go to show because they not even concerned that they just possibly killed the person. Like it ain't even like look, it's like they out here killing jokers every night. It just happened to get televised. Like that's it. Like the way they acting like this ain't the first time they killed somebody. This is normal routine activity. Like when they suited up that night, they laced that holster. They went outside. They got in those vehicles. I believe in their mind it was let's go kill because nobody's surprised here. Nobody looks surprised. You ever done something you ain't mean to do? Like you know what I'm saying? Like just imagine, like just a Joker got more reaction with dropping their phone, bro. Like you see what I'm saying? Like that is no reaction. Like oh my god, oh dang, oh my god. These Jokers went home. They went home and slept good until they got that call. Like yeah, y'all going down for this one. They went home and got in bed with their women, had them a nice night.
Hell no. They probably whooped their wives when they got home. Let's tell the truth. I'm tired of lying on these damn niggas. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, man. They cops beat on their wives, and this is a fact. I'm sorry, guys. This is the truth.
Medical attention. That is the American criminal justice system. That is the way it works. It is cruel. The minute you cross that transom, it is just a fulcrum of cruelty. And I think we see that really starkly. And that's why they were so quick. This was an invention of the Memphis Police Department. The Scorpions, whoever the hell they are, didn't come out in thin air, and that chief had to sign off on that. So the first question is, what were the Scorpions, and why did you decide this was the way to police people?
You know why they was there?
A lot of experience
They
investigating.
was there to go hunt down niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They went out. Listen, they had them jokers felt like they was doing their job. They in there right now saying, "Listen, man, I was doing my job, man. This was the mission. This is what the chief said we supposed to do. This is our mandate. Matter of fact, you only make this special unit if you willing to go this far. We got no limits. We in Memphis, and this is how we attack crime in Memphis. These jokers come on. They out there calling themselves a Scorpion, bro. They ain't in police. So being police ain't enough. Being police ain't enough.
You're a Scorpion.
Blue Lives Matter, that ain't enough. That ain't putting fair to nobody. Trust me. As a police officer, you ain't got to call yourself no Scorpion. We already scared. You just in your regular blue uniform. You ain't got to say much. Just throw your lights on. Watch how a Joker is straight right up. Put his seat up.
Put his weed out.
Yeah,
he treat you like a bitch. His face is from air freshener in that motherfucker. Like, hey, how you doing? How are you?
Joker start speaking proper English the whole bit. His whole dialogue and change. You ain't got to put no name on it. You ain't got to call yourself no Scorpion. Jokers is already scared. But see, here's the kicker. See, it's cool right now because see, they killing black folk. But Joker's gonna be in for a rude awakening when they start policing everybody like this openly. Get back in your house. Get in there. Could you imagine with some of the stuff that's going on in the economy, and tomorrow you go to the bank and can't get your money out, and watch how these jokers pull up until you get back in your house. That joker who think he's somebody because he got a nice little corporate job and he live in his nice his nice suburban town with the nice 2 cars and his high middle class life, and he can go golfing at the country club. He gonna be in for a rude awakening when they drag his behind. I ain't got listen.
But he know the mayor, so he ain't gonna work like that, bro.
Uh,
He make that phone call when they outside his house to the chief of police.
they let the phone. Listen, the phone ain't gonna answer this time because when it's
they ain't getting that money around election time.
but that's what. But listen, I'm just saying, like this, like Joker's thing is it's all of this is cool, man, because it's not happening in certain areas. Because if it start happening in certain areas, the riots and all that stuff, that's gonna be a small sample size, bro. Ask yourself why this ain't happening in areas like spots like a Texas where Joker's got open carry. It's a reason.
Just saying.
You gonna get blasted. You gonna get Joker. This Joker is riding around with a shotgun.
Yep.
He
got a shotgun. He got a submachine gun.
Yeah, this Joker,
bro.
Him and all his cousins is loaded. And they got plenty of guns and ammunition. And they will come down here and drop a grenade up at this police station. Forget a riot. Like that. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, look, you gotta really look at where these jokers is doing these things. It almost feels staged, man. Because why are they happening over there? Why that's not happening in like Louisville somewhere where jokers got they can go to Walmart and buy them an AR-15. It's a reason. Because that cop gonna take a whole clip before that man die. Before that joker don't go home to his family. But I think these jokers gonna go to jail for real. They gonna go to jail for real. I don't think it's gonna be. And I think because one thing you don't see, and here's the other side of it, because I ain't hearing nobody scream Blue Lives Matter. Where that's at? Where is the Blue Lives Matters? Where is the police is this, the police is that? We got to stand behind the police. Where is that at?
Oh no, they still there.
They not as loud. They not as loud. Yeah, I can tell you that. They not as loud. It's not as loud. Shucks. This might be word to the brothers. Turn your badge in. Because you are not. You are. What happens when you find out you're a second-class citizen on your job? I thought we was Blue Lives. Were we? I thought we was. Nah.
You green line. You ain't blue yet, bro. You green. You gotta look a little harder than you be blue.
I thought we was Blue Lives. Where they at? Where the fancy lawyers and stuff at that the police union pay for? Where they at, bro?
We gotta up the beat. I'm sorry. We're gonna change the video. Unless you want to continue finishing it. I mean,
nah, you good. Well, rest in peace, man. This is crazy, man. To the family, man. It's sad, but I don't even know what to tell you to do. Because in some places of the world, the only justice that's out there, shucks, they done took over the whole police.
all right, now I'm about to play this one. This is a good one. All right. Y'all ready? Let go.
Hey, babe.
What you doing?
I'm chilling.
You home?
Yeah, I'm home.
You by yourself?
Yeah, yes. Well, you always asking that. Yes, I'm by myself.
You don't sound like you by yourself.
What you?
with somebody?
No, I'm home.
So FaceTime me.
My FaceTime don't work.
How we was FaceTime yesterday? What today?
I don't know. My FaceTime don't work, babe. Stop.
Yo, who's that?
Hey, babe.
What you doing?
I'm chilling.
You home?
Yeah, I'm home.
Oh, that's good. This is the nature of the woman.
bro, he knows she a hoe. Ain't no disrespect. I don't know her, but it ain't no way this guy don't know that she get down like this because he asking all the questions that insinuate that either that's how he met her, like that. That's how something like because that ain't even normal questions. Like, why would I be calling my lady talking about, "Are you home? Are you alone?" Like, who else did? Like, what you? Why I got to check to see who did? Are you alone? It's my house. Like that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense, man. But it's clear. It's a clear indication that this is normal behavior. Uh, Either that's how he met her, and he trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. I don't know, but it don't sound like clearly she gets down. She got tendencies because the questions he asking, he already in his mind is insinuating that she's somewhere doing something that she ain't supposed to be doing.
Yeah, for sure. Let's watch this one right here. This is another good one.
Realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid. Now, I'm told that they're educated far greater than black men, but you have to be crazy to decide I don't need a man. And you know what? I'm still going to have children, but in order to take care of this child, I'm going to go out and work 8 to 10 hours a day. And then when I get home, I'm going to be too tired to actually parent. So I'm going to let my children be raised by TV and social media. And so then you have your daughter thotting on the gram, and then your son being this thug. But, hey, I'm educated and I'm smart, and I get to celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day. No, what you are is an educated fool, because who in their right mind would decide that they want to go against the very nature of a woman and the reason why God put us on this earth? What I'm realizing.
Huh?
Man, these jokers don't believe in no God. Bruh. They don't believe in no God. I don't know what God they believe in because if you they still what you mean you don't want a man? Like I ain't never met anybody that had a good man that had a I didn't want to say a good man because even that's subjective to people's whatever they say that is or isn't. But I ain't never meet a woman who's had a man ever say she wish she ain't had no man. Any real woman who's had a real man and experienced that, and let's say lost that man to, maybe they ended up being married 20, 30 years, 40 years, and the man passed. One thing that's always been that I feel has always been kind of the common response in certain conversations is that they wouldn't want to do life without having that partner. Vice versa. Whether it's the man and he experienced having a good wife and what that was, what the impact that she was to his life, to his kids, so forth, his home, or vice versa, the woman to the man, and what that impact was on how he fathered those kids, what the values that he brought, how she could see the strength that he had now in his kids, so forth and so on. They've never had this type of thinking. Like they like people don't even understand they being robbed. They being bamboozled into why would you want to be a man and a woman? Like let's just make that sense. That's literally something
Well,
for you to do double the
I'm
work.
gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say that hey, I get 2 holidays.
Yeah, but now you got double the workload.
Workload.
Yeah, because I don't know what
I'm
they
gonna,
told you,
I'm
but
gonna
being
play.
a
How about this?
father,
How about this? Right? Let's the rush role play. Right? I'm the woman. You the man. Let's. Okay, go ahead. Let's go.
okay. So why wouldn't you want a man?
First of all, you don't make no money. You don't got enough money for me. and
Oh.
take care of me and my family.
Well, I ain't know money was an issue considering you making all the money. If you making all the money, why is money even the issue?
Because I don't need nobody to live off of me. I don't need a broke nigga. I need somebody that got 6 figures.
I got
That's
6
6
figures.
feet. Yeah,
So who gonna father your kids?
say what?
See,
They
it's certain things.
don't need no father.
Well, and that's the problem. That's why they
They
dying
be
and going to
good. They
jail.
be good. They be
That's why
good.
they drug addicts.
Excuse
That's
me.
why
Excuse me.
that's why they struggling to not read and they struggling in education. The statistics will show that uh, a healthy 2-parent household
Excuse me.
is the success and the benefit of the
First
child.
of all, if I was a real woman, I would keep talking over you. That's how they would do it.
You know
You
what I'm
keep
saying?
talking,
Listen,
and they'll keep
that's
talking right over you.
and that's why she
I don't
gonna
got a
die
member to
alone.
have a dialogue.
She gonna be dying alone.
So what?
She gonna be dying
I'll be
alone.
happy. At least I'll be happy.
You're miserable
At least I'll be
because
happy.
that son gonna go off and leave you. He gonna go marry somebody else, be with somebody else, and you gonna be there by yourself, alone. And then after you ain't no good to nobody, now you gonna want to try to be something to a man, and he ain't gonna want you. You don't have 5 kids, 5 baby daddies. Ain't no man ever been good enough, and you was happy and doing you and YOLO win and
That
brunches.
sounds good, Joe. That sounds good. That sounds so good. But I tell you this.
It sounds like a nightmare. That's what it sounds like to me. Like why would you want to be out here having to do double the work? Like, why wouldn't you want? See, the thing about I know what the truth is. You ain't never felt protected. You ain't never felt secure. You ain't never felt provided for. You don't know what it feels like to have these things. And that's part of the problem. Because if you understood what it was like to have those things, you would yearn to have a man fulfill that for you. You know, it's a beautiful thing when you ain't got to worry about these things. You ain't got to worry about your security. You ain't got to worry about, how the ends go and meet and make sense. You ain't got to carry those thoughts because somebody's going out there to secure you and the entire family. They going out there making the sacrifices to provide and secure, right? And then they come home, right? And they now all those great, wonderful things, right? They imparting those things to your kids.
Let's be real though. I'm a woman, so I'm gonna say you only make $45,000.
Well, guess what? That's 45,000 that I'm willing to use to provide and care for you. Now you can go out there and make your 6 figures and never be home, never have a day off, have somebody be your boss and tell you where to be, when to show up, so you can say you that woman. Or you can have some help that now give you some freedom, that gives you some space to maybe really go chase your dreams.
Help
And
or a slave owner.
a slave owner, well, you're a slave to the job. So what you call that? Oh, because you get a check, you don't think you're a slave. Go do your research. Just because you get the check don't mean you ain't no slave. They got terms for that. So you think because you get a check at the end of the week, every 2 weeks, that you ain't slaving. You greater than that job. So the potential in you that of what you could be and the impact you could have on your kids and your community and what you could bring into bring to the world is being shoved behind this desk so that you can say that you the woman and the man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because it really don't. So you gonna come, what the issue is being submissive? That's the issue. Well, you gonna be submissive on that job.
They pay me.
Yeah. You getting paid here too. You getting paid here.
What am I getting?
The currency is different.
What kind of currency? I gotta cook.
Yeah.
I gotta clean. I gotta take care of your kids. What am I getting?
What you getting?
Yeah.
Like I said, you must have never really felt secure in life. You must have never really felt protected in life. You must have never really felt like someone's providing for you in life. You never really
from the police. Look how you getting shot down the middle of the street. You didn't see the video I just showed you?
Well, if you had a real man, right? It ain't you getting shot down. See, that's the difference. See, because a real man is protecting his home and he's ensuring that the wife and the kids is safe and they ain't getting shot down. So it's his job to go out there and take those shots so that guess what? You can sit back and be pretty and take care of the home and be everything, nurture your kids and give them all of the best of you. But if you don't want that, because if you working full time and you busting your behind to now uh I guess make this six figures, who gonna raise your kid? Or that's not even a factor because you're gonna send him to school, and the school system gonna raise him. And when he get that new curriculum that's telling him that he's a she, now what? Or when they telling
Not only the school system is going to raise him, but you also heard of the society is going to raise him.
yeah,
The
like all the
TV,
above,
the
exactly
the
the
Facebook,
music,
the
the this, the
Instagram, the
that, all
Snapchat.
that stuff, and be the same people complaining about the products of these kids, but no one wants to really look at okay, where are the people that's
What is
supposed
the
to be
cost?
raising them and investing into them. Well, if everybody's on the job because we chasing six figures because this ain't enough for you, and now he trying to go out here and maybe make enough to get you, we lost out here. And that's where this
Understood.
next generation is suffering because it will never be enough money. Society is going to keep being society. We're a capitalist society. The cost of living is not going down, it's only going to go up. It's only two options. Either the cost of living goes up or the system just breaks completely. But one thing for certain, it ain't gonna never be enough. As long as you live, it ain't gonna never be enough. Just think about it. When our grandparents was young, guess what? Life was way cheaper, but guess what? They still ain't have enough. Now we here, we ain't got enough. And it's costing us 10 times as much as what it cost them. The price of eggs that we got now versus what they got, it ain't enough. It ain't never been enough. And it ain't gonna never be enough. You better get your piece of happiness and build your beautiful family and have something that's actually going to be of value when it's all said and done. Because if it's just a job or money or status, that ain't going to mean nothing when you on that deathbed and ain't nobody there. Ain't nobody there. But you made your bag.
Yeah, this is I don't know this video, but we're gonna review it randomly. Let's check it out. Somebody send it to me. Hold up, can't hear it.
They the new tool of white supremacy. They help fuel the prison system. And then not only are they the tool of white supremacy, they the agent of darkness and Satan and the demonic forces in the devil's kingdom on earth. Ain't nothing good about a rapper. Ain't nothing righteous about a rapper. Ain't nothing godly, no God spirit. Nigga, they don't give you one good song. So how I'm gonna go over there with them and all they rap about is kill a nigga, kill me a nigga, kill his mama, kill his family, we'll wipe his family. They are my enemy as a black man that love the black woman, that love the black race. They go wipe us out. So no, I hate that, homie. They are a dark force of the devil. So I can't side with no demon force.
Y'all see me?
Well, I think the bigger question is who's producing the music? Who's funding it?
The Jews.
Well, then that's who you can't side with because these other jokers, they just puppeteering. They only producing the music that these jokers is paying them to produce. They
And I
only
don't,
being the image that somebody is telling them to be. Whoever their boss is, whoever's signing the checks, whoever's controlling the money, that's the ones who's dreaming up all these images and influencers or influence.
oh, I
That's
see you. You got your cap on today because you're capping. See,
I just tell it like it is. Nicki Minaj ain't
no.
Nicki Minaj without the check that's behind it. This drill music that's telling jokers to kill, do this to the third, they ain't who they are without the bag that's behind it. Somebody's paying for this. Somebody's saying that this is what makes money. This is what they want out there. This is what they want to see. This is the images that they want to see, right? It's like somebody's okay in this. They got a whole department that's dedicated to A&R. Hey, everybody know what A&R is? Everybody know what PR is? It's a whole department that's devoted to image and sound and what they feel like sells and going to make money. And somebody's determining this. So this little Yachty, little baby, they aren't who they are without somebody signing off and saying that that's the sound, that that's the image, that that's the influence, that's what we want to see. But he ain't saying that. Oh, you ain't siding with the rapper. The rapper ain't your real adversary because he just another person getting a check. Somebody telling him, in order for you to get this check, in order for you to get this next deal, this is what you got to rap about. This is the direction you need to go in. Where are those jokers? Where are they being? Where they have to be held accountable? Got crickets in there.
Nah, we just let you go off of your little tangent. You know, we let you go.
I'm just saying, man.
I can't wait to get my little Jones in so we can
Colombia,
Yes.
the Philippines, Thailand. Like women can. When you pay attention to the passport bros, like they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand. Like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that
need them. Women that need
women
them.
are raised to be wives. They learn everything
these other communities,
from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your man.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them. It's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't.
Stop yourself.
That's not true. When you pay attention to the passport bros,
you heard her. They know they don't treat you with no respect.
Listen, I mean, there's some truth to what they saying. In those other countries, females are raised, and not even just the females, the males, everybody's raised different. Depending on where you go, the culture, the morals, the values of those areas are different, and thus is going to produce a different type of man, a different type of woman. But I think to try to sum it up to say women that need them, I don't know what the problem is of wanting a woman that needs you. Don't you want a man that needs you? Because if it's just sex, that I can get that anywhere. If it's just the body, well, your body, you going to age. Like there ain't no way around it. You ain't gonna be. It's gonna be another 20-something-year-old where everything is tight and right, and it's gonna be tighter and righter than whatever you can produce. Like so, you should want to be in a relationship or a companionship, or I'd rather say a marriage, where there's a need. Yeah, I need you. I feel like I need you in my life. Like I feel like there's something more there than just these fickle things that are of no substance. And when I say need, that ain't even so much to say, well, I mean, I can't eat without you, but ultimately, you bring this to my life. I bring X to your life. And that's what balances us out. It's a need based on both sides.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Sure.
But y'all, can you see the comments?
It says men all over the world are not checking for American women. That says a lot to me. I mean, the American woman. Shucks, she an independent boss. She don't need no man. Shucks. So why would you be looking for somewhere where you not wanted? That's the point of being needed. Like, that's what
Can you read this one?
And right away they attack those women's intelligence.
And that's exactly what they do. They want to demify. Hey, them girls ain't they too stupid. You only want somebody that's dumb. They don't know English. Well, I'm not for people going out. I'm not for none of it.
Listen, I'm not saying what
hey,
they do is
you
right
got the
or wrong.
money.
But if you got listen, go for what's gonna make you happy. That's the world we living in, right? Whatever you feel, if you allowed to feel X, and that makes you happy, and you know everyone's supposed to support that. Why can't these bros go find women that they feel like make them happy? That's meeting their needs. I don't even see what the subject is. Why y'all mad? Because they not picking y'all. You don't want them. You just said they ain't making enough. They ain't this. They ain't that. So let them go somewhere where somebody feel like, man, that 45,000 you making, I'm happy with it. That 60,000 you making and the life you providing for me, I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see what the issue is. Why you even worry about where the passport bros is going? Let them go ahead and go and be happy and get the women that make them happy, and you go get the men that make you happy. Go find them jokes. But I don't want to hear it. Oh, it's a shortage of men out here in the world. Nah, you just don't like none of them.
So recently, I'm gonna read it. That there was a headline, right?
Yeah.
Where you said, I quote, "Black movies and black famous only hold us back."
Yes.
You want to clear that shit up? Because you know
that's not written
You know
correctly.
how it goes. Because you know they take one headline and turn it into something. So
read that again. Let me see that again. How much time we got? 'Cause
Terms like
this could-
black movies and black famous only hold us back.
Okay, so what I mean by you know what I mean.
I know, but go ahead.
But so
For them,
for the white people in the audience. What I mean by that is if we continue to practice this idea of separatism, we continue to divide. And I will always and forever hold my fist up because I understand the experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I also believe that the more we understand about one another and the more accepting we are of one another, this thing called art should be representative of all of us.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna take a quick.
Nah. I think that was one of the biggest problems. Everybody became integrated and assimilating, and now what you got?
So you don't like integration?
I feel like I put it to you like this: only way we can integrate is after we have our own embassy. So that's a different kind of integration. Like everybody else that integrates, quote unquote, they got an embassy, they got a land, they got a place they can return to.
You don't want to integrate with the Indians.
With no one.
You don't want none of them. You want to integrate with the Spaniards.
Listen,
I'm messing with you now. I want to start stabbing you like.
I'm just saying, like, because this thing that for what I feel like they define, for what I feel like their outlook is, or their
his views, guys.
I'm just saying, because see, we've been integrating. We integrating, but what are we integrating to, or what are we integrating from? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing when, let's say, but again, it's I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand that, because see, if we just do a small trip through quote unquote history, we basically we're saying we're integrating, and we want the ability to go to schools with another set of people, or another, I can't even say race, another color of people, because why not just have your own schools? I'm not saying we all shouldn't coexist or get along and be able to have peace, love, and happiness, enjoy all this other stuff. But I feel like some of the things they quote unquote fighting for under this tag of integration, you could have your own black theater or your own black NBA team. It's like no differently that other countries have their own. They represent themselves. Like when you hear the quote unquote Olympics, right? What is that? all these other countries and cultures are doing what? Representing themselves, and they're able to do what? Come together and play these sports and compete and what? All coexist, right? So I'm not saying that from a sense of, a race or color or culture or ethnic group being against one another. I'm saying from the sense of, in my opinion, for integration or this coexistence to really, I guess, be the image that of what I think people want, then you have to have something of your own to bring to the table to integrate too. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like I said, like the Olympics. You ain't represented at the Olympics if you don't have what, a country. Yeah, I'm saying, like, to where
But
your
you
team
got
at.
it. You got yourself. You got when you integrating. You're integrating your sports. You're integrating your comedy. You're integrating. You heard your schools. You're integrating everything. That's integration. But we're gonna let you get some sleep. You gotta get up early.
Yeah, I do gotta get up early.
It's getting late.
Yeah. It's getting late. Until next time.
Yep. We're about to go live on the other platform. I'm about to go do a couple hours on the game. So if you have the link, hit the link. And if you on Twitch, we gonna be on the same go stay on Twitch because we about to go right back to it. And Facebook, go hit the link for the YouTube. Look us up on YouTube for the gaming channel too at Jersey's Finest Gaming Network, Conflict and Interest Podcast. And look us up on Twitch. Look us up on everything. Just everything you go on, just look us up. You might find me. All right, man. You guys take care. Peace.
All right.